JavaScript is broken, and somehow it runs the entire internet. It's the only language where you can write total nonsense, and your browser just shrugs and says, sure, I'll run that. And yet it powers everything from Netflix, Spotify, to Notion, and even SpaceX dashboards. So how did this glitchy little goblin of a language end up running the world? JavaScript was built in just 10 days by one guy, Brendan Eich, while working at Netscape in the 90s. That's barely enough time to build a half-decent to-do app, let alone a programming language that would eventually run billion-dollar companies. It was originally called Mocha, then renamed to LiveScript, and finally, in a marketing-driven move, rebranded as JavaScript. What started as a quick browser hack ended up becoming the backbone of the web. That's like duct taping a scooter and ending up with a Tesla. Still, the hate never stops. JavaScript is trash. It's inconsistent. It's not a real programming language. They hate it because it lets them write bad code and still get away with it. You can write something like this, and JavaScript will just smile and return an empty string. No complaints, no errors, just pure chaos that somehow works. That's the beauty of it. You can write the messiest, most cursed code, and your browser will probably still make it work. But when you understand JavaScript, you unlock a whole new level of power. Slack, built with Electron. Notion runs on React. These aren't side projects. These are billion-dollar platforms powered by JavaScript. Like it or not, it works. What makes JavaScript truly unique is how flexible it is. Most programming languages lock you into a certain style. JavaScript just says, do whatever you want, I'll figure it out. Want to write procedural code? Cool. Object-oriented? Go for it. Functional? Absolutely. All three in the same file? Sure, why not? You can build at the speed of thought. It's the language that gives you just enough rope to either build something incredible or hang your entire app. And that freedom, that's what makes it addictive. Now let's talk about the ecosystem, because this is where JavaScript really flexes. NPM has over 2 million packages, making it the largest package registry in the world. If you can think of it, someone's probably already made a JavaScript library for it. JavaScript in 2025 is a completely different animal. We now get yearly ECMAScript updates with modern syntax, better performance, and more power. Features like async await, optional chaining, and destructuring make code cleaner and easier to read. And if you want structure, there's TypeScript, JavaScript's smarter, more organized cousin that's perfect for scaling large apps. On the front end, frameworks like Next.js, Svelte, and Astro are rewriting the rules of web development. Yes, JavaScript has quirks, plenty of them. 5 minus 3 gives you 2, but 5 plus 3 gives you 53. At first, it feels like the language is trolling you, but once you understand the logic behind these quirks, your brain starts thinking differently. JavaScript forces you to get creative, to think around corners, to solve problems in unexpected ways, and that mindset will make you a better developer, even in other languages. No language is perfect, but JavaScript, it's everywhere. It powers your browser, your favorite apps, and companies worth billions. That's not an accident. That's raw impact. JavaScript isn't just a programming language. It's a survival story, a glitch in the system that somehow became the system. It's messy, it's chaotic, but it's also fast, powerful, and incredibly flexible. And whether you love it or roast it, the fact is JavaScript won, and it's not going anywhere. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.